Have you ever felt like you're just a pawn in someone else's game? Like you're constantly being outmaneuvered, misunderstood, or just plain overlooked? What if I told you there's a set of rules, a hidden code that governs the dynamics of power, and that by understanding it, you can transform from a pawn into a player? Today, we're diving deep into Robert Greene's controversial masterpiece, The 48 Laws of Power. This book isn't about being nice. It's about being effective. It's a guide to understanding the world as it is, not as we wish it were. So, buckle up, because we're about to explore the timeless strategies that have shaped empires, won wars, and built fortunes. Whether you want to climb the corporate ladder, navigate complex social circles, or simply protect yourself from manipulation, these laws are your secret weapon. Let's start with the very first law. Never outshine the master. Think about it. You're talented, you're ambitious, and you want to impress your boss. So you work hard, you come up with brilliant ideas, and you make them look good. But if you're not careful, your brilliance can be perceived as a threat. By making your superiors feel insecure, you might just be signing your own pink slip. The key is to make them appear more brilliant than you are. Make your successes seem like they were guided by their wisdom. This isn't about hiding your talent. It's about strategic humility. This leads us to another critical law. Conceal your intentions. People are naturally wary. If they know what you're really after, they can put up defenses or even try to sabotage you. Imagine you're playing poker. Would you show everyone your hand? Of course not. Life is no different. Move quietly. Use decoys, red herrings, and misleading signals. Keep people off balance and in the dark. By the time they realize what you were planning, it's already too late for them to interfere. The less others know about your true goals, the more power you have to achieve them. And while you're concealing your intentions, remember Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Power is, in many ways, a game of appearances. When you talk a lot, you inevitably say something foolish. You reveal your plans, you sound ordinary, and you lose your mystique. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. Their silence makes others uncomfortable. People will rush to fill that silence, and in their nervousness, they will reveal their own weaknesses and intentions. Let your words be few, but let them be impactful. A single, well-timed phrase can be more powerful than an hour-long speech. But what good is power if no one knows you have it? That's where Law 6 comes in. Court attention at all costs. In today's crowded world, being ignored is a fate worse than criticism. You have to stand out. Be memorable. Be a little controversial if you have to. Create a spectacle. Whether it's through a unique style, a bold action, or a captivating story, you need to draw the public eye. Mediocrity gets lost in the noise. Don't be afraid to be different, to be talked about. All publicity, good or bad, is a form of power, because it keeps you on people's minds. Now let's talk about efficiency. Law 7 says, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. This sounds harsh, but it's a strategy used by leaders throughout history. Identify people with the skills and energy you need, and then leverage their efforts for your own advancement. It's not about being lazy, it's about being a smart conductor of talent. You provide the vision and direction, and you get the glory. It's like being a film director. The actors, writers, and crew do much of the heavy lifting, but the director's name is the one associated with the final masterpiece. Let's shift gears to a more defensive strategy. Law 10. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to be a magnet for drama and misfortune? Emotions are as contagious as diseases. If you surround yourself with the gloomy, the perpetually victimized, and the unstable, their problems will become your problems. Their negativity will infect your own mindset. Instead, associate with the happy, the successful, and the fortunate. Their positive energy and good fortune will rub off on you. It's a simple law of emotional gravity. One of the most potent forms of control is dependency. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. If others need you for their happiness, their security, or their success, you will have incredible leverage over them. Possess a skill or knowledge that no one else has. Be the only source for a critical resource. The more people rely on you, the more freedom you will have. But remember, this isn't about being a tyrant. It's about becoming so valuable, so indispensable, that others will have no choice but to grant you what you want. How do you win people over? Not through grand arguments, but through action. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Trying to prove a point by arguing is almost always a mistake. The resentment you create is stronger and lasts longer than any temporary agreement you might win. Instead, demonstrate your point. Let people see the results of your ideas. An elegant solution, a successful project, a tangible outcome. These are far more persuasive than any words you can say. People believe what they can see with their own eyes. Show, don't just tell. Now for a law that seems Machiavellian, but is profoundly strategic. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. When you have an enemy, half measures are dangerous. An enemy who is only partially defeated will recover, seek revenge, and become more determined than ever. History is filled with leaders who spared an enemy out of mercy, only to be destroyed by them later. When you have a clear advantage, you must not stop until your rivals are completely neutralized, both in spirit and in capacity. It's not about cruelty, it's about survival and securing your position for the long term. Let's discuss presence. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor, is a lesson in supply and demand. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are always available, people take you for granted. But if you withdraw strategically, you create a sense of scarcity. People will talk about you more. They will appreciate your presence more when you return. Create value through your absence. It makes you seem more powerful and more desirable. To truly control a situation, you must control the choices. Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. This is a subtle but incredibly powerful form of manipulation. Instead of forcing someone to do what you want, you present them with a range of choices, all of which secretly serve your purpose. They feel like they're in control because they're making a decision, but in reality, every path leads to your desired outcome. It's the art of giving people the illusion of free will while guiding them exactly where you want them to go. And what about your image? This is where Law 25 comes into play. Recreate yourself. Don't accept the roles that society or others foist upon you. You are the master of your own image. Forge a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the artist of your own personality. You can change your style, your habits, your narrative. By refusing to be defined by others, you seize the ultimate power. The power of self-creation. As you gain power, you'll encounter envy. This is why Law 46 is so important. Never appear too perfect. It's dangerous to seem like you have no faults or weaknesses. It arouses envy, which creates silent enemies. It's much smarter to occasionally display minor defects or admit to harmless vices. This makes you appear more human, more approachable, and less threatening. By showing a little vulnerability, you can disarm envy and make your power seem more attainable and less intimidating to others. Finally, let's consider the ultimate law of strategy. Law 48. Assume formlessness. The most powerful force in the world is that which can adapt to any situation. Like water, you should be fluid and flexible, not rigid and predictable. If your enemy expects a solid wall, be like flowing water that goes around it. If they expect a direct attack, be like mist that they can't grasp. By being formless, you become impossible to anticipate and impossible to defeat. Your power lies in your ability to change, to morph, and to constantly reinvent your approach. The 48 Laws of Power is a challenging book. It forces us to look at the darker, more strategic side of human nature. These laws aren't a moral prescription. They are a description of how power operates in the real world. You can choose to ignore them and remain naive, Or you can study them to defend yourself, to advance your goals, and to become a master of the game. The choice, as always, is yours. Thanks for watching. If this exploration of power intrigued you, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the books that change the way we see the world.